Alright guys, so the purpose of this focus group is to receive impartial, in-depth feedback from consumers about attitudes and preferences about our about cell phones and our upcoming product. There are no right or wrong answers. We're interested in your honest opinion. We must also hear from everybody. Try to keep it one person speaking at a time. We're gonna audio and videotape you, and that is because we want to concentrate and make sure we do not miss what you have to say. And these are for reporting purposes. They won't be shared with anybody. Don't be afraid to say whatever you want. We're not necessarily looking for everyone to agree on something unless they really do. It's okay to have different answers. We'll need to cover a couple topics. We'll need to speed up the discussion at times, so please don't be offended. So we're gonna start off by having everybody introduce their name and start off with the first phone you ever owned. So start right here.
My name is David, and the first phone I ever owned was a Motorola Rocker.
My name is Patrick, and I also owned a Motorola. I don't remember the exact brand.
I'm Gabby, and I don't remember. I know it was AT&T, but it was the one that like had a button on the side and it flipped up.
The Juke.
Is
Isn't that the
it?
Juke?
That was Verizon earlier.
Oh. My name is Bridget. I had a BlackBerry.
My name is Nicole, and I had the chocolate.
Alright, so I'll have, let's start off with that. Yeah.
So this first section, we just want to get some information about what you use your cell phone for, like specific activities. So first question, about how many hours a day are you on your phone? Estimate.
I used to be on it a lot, but I cut back. I'd probably say cumulative an hour to 2 hours through texting and emails.
I'm trying to limit it as much as I can. I think I would give it at least as a maximum 30 minutes.
I say like 2 hours.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 hours.
I don't use my phone too often, only for like purposes like they said, so maybe like 30 minutes to an hour.
And how many times a day do you charge your cell phones? And how often do you guys use your car cell phone charger or even a portable charger?
Well, my phone battery is broken, so it dies every like 40 minutes, no matter if I'm using it or not. So I charge my phone like 7 or 8 times a day.
I'll plug it in once a day.
I probably plug mine in twice a day because my battery's also broken, and I don't have a charger in my car, so.
I just plug mine in at night when I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I charge mine once at night, and then in my car, the only thing I use it for is like if I'm going on a long trip, I'll have it plugged in the whole time I'm using my GPS so it doesn't die quickly.
And what types of activities do you use your cell phone for? So like phone calling, text messaging, looking at social media, others?
Texting and emails are the most for me.
Texting, and I think when I'm traveling, using maps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say like GPS, texting, emails, and social media.
Definitely texting and phone calling, GPS, music, social media, and like the alarm in the morning.
Yeah, I use it for texting, calling primarily, a little bit of social media, not too much. But then I also use the health app on my phone a lot. Like I've been checking that to see, since I don't have like a Fitbit or anything, I just use the health app to see how much I'm walking a day.
So is watching movies, shows, sports, etc. on your cell phone something you do regularly? If so, how often?
I've never actually like YouTube. Maybe is the most video watching I've ever done on my phone. But I know people that use like Netflix and such on their phone, and I've never done that or watched games or anything.
Never watched any movies on my phone. When I was younger, I think I played some games on it, but
In high school, I used to watch Netflix on my phone, but I don't anymore. So.
I watch YouTube sometimes, and I download things on Google Play for traveling with my team on the weekends.
I never really watched stuff on my phone before until this past weekend. I watched the Penn State game on the ESPN app because I was out in public somewhere and it was convenient to watch it at the wedding I was at on my boyfriend's phone. So that was the only time I've ever watched a sporting event like on my phone.
So other than communication purposes, what is the most important or beneficial activity you use your cell phone for?
I like her answer the alarm earlier because that is my main alarm source. But outside of that, I would probably say pictures and picture sharing.
I agree with the aspect of the alarm clock and keeping in touch with friends from home through messaging.
I'd say the alarm clock and GPS because I'm directionally challenged, so I use that almost every day. So.
Me too.
I would say the calendar app I use quite often just to make sure of like appointments or I always have a different answer. But yeah, the calendar.
Are there any specific activities that you wish to use your cell phone for that are not available right now?
That's a good question. I would, not that I can think of right now, because like I said, I'm limiting it a lot, so I don't really find myself needing my phone as much as I thought I did. So for me personally, I don't really need it too much.
Only thing I can think of is the interconnectability between phones, iPad, and laptop, which Apple has already established, but I feel like there could be a little bit more of a development where you can make it a lot easier. Something you see on your laptop automatically pops up on your iPhone. Just the interconnectability, be it something that I would look forward to.
I agree with that.
I think it would be cool if I have Bluetooth headphones. I think it would be cool if I would be able to have like a longer distance for Bluetooth. Because like sometimes I like to leave my phone and then do other things, but like it's only 5 feet that it really works.
I like that idea. I can't think of anything else.
Now we're going to talk about attitudes toward phone accessories. Do you ever lose your cell phone? And if so, what are some strategies you use to find it?
I lose my cell phone like once a week. And the best way to find it are generally visiting the places I'm at most often. Work, my previous classes, or somewhere in my couch.
I don't think I've ever lost my phone.
I leave my phone in like really inconvenient spaces and then I completely forget. So that happens probably twice a week. But I literally just look everywhere. Like, I forgot it in the fridge once. I don't know how that happened. Because I was grabbing something and I just had something else in my hand, but just gotta look everywhere. Choose one of your steps.
Just Gabby things. I don't really lose my phone that often, but if I misplace it on a weekend, I'll use my roommate's Find Your iPhone app.
I can't remember a time that I ever lost my phone.
What are some of the benefits of the Fitbit/Apple Watch if you own one?
I don't personally own one, but I have roommates and many people that have, and I just know they are a lot more on their wrist than they are their phone, which I view as like a benefit because then you don't have to constantly reach in your pocket. You don't always have to keep your phone supercharged because you're on your Apple Watch more, which you have to charge that thing, but it just extends battery life for both things, connectivity purposes.
I don't own any of the products either, but I think a benefit would be to track your runnings, like where you ran and how long.
I just own a Fitbit, but it's like the oldest version, so that just really does like your steps and your heartbeat. So just for like workout purposes, like for both Apple Watch and Fitbit.
I don't personally own either of them, but I know my roommate is always on her Apple Watch. And I think one thing that could be risky with that is that people might not be texting on their phones while they're driving, but they're definitely checking their watch to see who texts them or Snapchat them.
Yeah, I don't own either of the products either, but I think they're kind of convenient because of like David said, you don't have to reach in your pocket and get on something. You can just kind of look and all your notifications will be right there. Also with like working out, I think it's convenient because you don't have to hold like your phone. Like for me, like when I use my health app, like I would have to be holding my phone and running for it to track that, and I don't do that. So I miss out on like if I'm working out with my phone.
Okay. And do you guys currently use a cell phone case?
Do I? No, I don't. I normally do, but lately I haven't had one on.
I do.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Would you say your case is normally geared towards style or safety?
Style. Look at this phone is 4.5 years old. I don't care about safety for it anymore. It just my case is meant to make my phone look newer than it is.
I'd say style as well. Having it not too heavy in your hand was something that I looked forward to.
I said safety because I can't afford a new phone, so I'll get a bulky case just to protect it if I drop it. So
I mean, I definitely would say both, just because like I'm not gonna buy something I don't think is stylish, but I also drop my phone like constantly, so definitely for safety.
I think both. I mean, for me, I've only ever bought one type of case, and it's a good case, like safety-wise, but then also they have different colors and styles in it, so I pick one that I like and think is not ugly.
And going off of that, do you guys prefer your case to be more bulky or slim?
Slim for sure. I hate stuff in my pocket so much. I just bought a fanny pack, so slim is the way to go for me.
Same here. I hate bulky stuff.
I prefer slim.
Yeah, I definitely get slim because I have the iPhone Plus,
Yeah.
so it's already pretty big, so I don't need it to be any bigger than it already is.
I would say slim.
Okay. And going off what we were talking about earlier with the batteries, is a charging cell phone case something you would be interested in? Why or why not?
For me, that would be really helpful because, like I mentioned earlier, my battery is broken, so it dies randomly if it's at 65% or 1%. And so a charging case would be great in terms of if I'm on the go and can't charge it, because most of the time that's when my phone dies and then I have to deal with a dead phone until I get somewhere. I just don't invest in a charging case.
I already have one, so I'm using it whenever I'm traveling, just because it's convenient to charge your phone on the go.
I'd like one, but it would have to have like a better battery life than my actual phone. Like I know that you obviously have to charge the case along with your phone, so I don't know. Because I always forget to charge things, so I feel like that would be the problem with having that, because I would always forget to charge it and then I wouldn't be able to use it, so.
Yeah, I feel like if it's not charged, well, just the ones that I've seen, I feel like they're a lot bulkier than regular cases. So if it's not charged, it's not like doing its purpose of charging your phone, it's just like a bulky case, so I don't think I would want it.
I'd be interested in it for like traveling purposes, like if I'm on the go or like using my GPS, but for me, like I only charge my phone at night anyway, so I don't see a purpose of using it like throughout my normal course of a day.
Okay. My next question is, do you own multiple phone cases, and if so, do you rotate through them?
I've owned one phone case for like the last 4.5 years since I got this one as well, and it's the same one I've had, so no.
I own 2 phone cases, and I switch to my bulky portable charger whenever I'm on a travel and need some charged up battery.
I only own one.
I own a few, but I feel like whenever I buy a new one, I just never touch the old ones anymore. Like I've used the same one since I got this phone, but I have other ones for it.
Yeah, every time I get a new phone, I buy one case, and that's kind of the case I use until I get a new phone.
Okay. Switching it up, do you guys own or use a pop socket?
What is a pop socket? So no, the answer is no for me.
It's like the thing that pops off the back of your
Yes.
phone, and it like, yeah. That.
Oh, no. I despise those things. I think they're useless.
No.
I
Yes.
I don't have one on my phone.
Well, what are the uses of the pop socket?
Okay, well, my hand is too small for like the iPhone Plus, so I need it to hold it. And also, I like have a thing that you put into your car so that I can like set it up while I'm driving so that I don't have to be holding my phone while I'm using like the GPS or Waze.
What other accessories do you guys use for your phone? For example, a selfie stick, Bluetooth speakers, or what Bridget just gave an example of.
I do have Bluetooth speakers in my house, which just makes it convenient. So if like I'm cleaning or doing something and playing music in the background, if I have my phone, I can just change the station, music, song, whatever.
Only other thing I can think of is a screen protector.
I use it for like my cards, like my ID or my credit card, and I also use like Bluetooth speaker and everything like that.
Yeah, just like my Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, I use it for like the cards in the back. I mean, I've seen cases that have where you can like slide it in so they're not out. Like that's one thing I don't like about like the stick-on wallets is my cards are just kind of out, and like I think my case is like getting loose, so if I turn it upside down, like a card might fall out. So just something like a better card case I would use.
How likely are you to purchase a phone accessory if you feel the benefits match your needs?
I would definitely. See, my circumstances are I have such an old phone. If I had a new phone, I'd purchase whatever to protect it and to like make it better. But right now, I don't really care for my phone too much.
I don't even. I think it's old enough that whenever it falls down, I hope it still works. If not, I'm getting a new phone.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with Nicole about the whole card thing. Like I have it, but like if I'm going somewhere, like I was in New York City last weekend, like I took all my cards out and put them in my purse because like someone could pickpocket you or just like I drop them and I lose all my good information. But yeah, I'd probably pay good money to like have a better case to put them in and hide them better.
I feel like it depends on how much it is because I don't really typically buy things if I already have something that's similar to it. So it definitely depends on the cost.
Yeah, I would say it depends on the cost for me, and especially like for a phone, like I don't typically take my phone out too many places. Like I don't know, I just kind of leave my phone places and I don't worry about it. So it would really have to depend on what the product is and what it's going to offer me if I would buy it.
All right, now we'll have Chance here introduce the product concept that we have come up with.
Okay, so basically what we came up with is a do-it-all phone case. The do-it-all phone case is essentially a phone case that has a pop socket or card holder that you guys mentioned, and it's also a portable charger. We haven't really got into the design, like the color and all that, but the overall design is basically just a regular old phone case. One thing we do want to do is make the chargeable part detachable, because a lot of people, like you guys said, hate bulky things, and those are extremely bulky. It makes your phone a couple inches longer when they're already big enough. So we want it so you can detach the chargeable part. The pop socket and card holder, what we're gonna have is essentially like opening thing on the back of the phone case. So you can put your cards into them, like in the slots within, so like your cards are protected and they don't fall out, as you guys mentioned. And also, when it opens up, you can have it stand your phone up, so you can watch movies, things like Netflix and things like that on your phone. And it can also close to make everything safe. So that's essentially the overall design of the product that we came up with.
All right, now to get into some questions about the concept. What types of smartphones would be smart to design this new product concept for, like the iPhones or?
I think obviously the iPhones would be smart for it, but going along, I think it would be cool to kind of develop as soon as like a newer phone hits, because they're coming out with new phones
Yearly, pretty much.
Yes, every year now. So it would be cool to see like every time there's a new phone hit, you already have this case available for it.
Yeah, I feel like it would be helpful to make it a standardized product that you can use it for whatever phone is being used.
I would kind of like the idea of like cell phone companies selling the cases with the phone, because sometimes like I know when you go to like Apple, they have like the whole wall of cases, but I know I've only ever had like Apple phones, or maybe I had an LG, but like I remember it was hard to find a case to fit that phone. Like it'd be nice if it was like included in the price of the phone already. So.
I think iPhones and Androids are the most popular on the market, so those two would probably be beneficial to go after.
Yeah, definitely iPhones, but like touching on Gabby's idea with including it with the product, like Apple already includes like the charger and headphones with it, so if they were, I mean, it might bump the price of their phone up a little bit more, because I feel like something like this might be a little bit expensive.
Mhm.
So it might bump the price of the phone up, but if you include it, I mean, people might be more inclined because they're interested in the case along with the phone.
Kind of going with that as well. Maybe if it's not something that they do with the Apple company itself, maybe with the phone carriers like AT&T, because I know they do something like if you buy such amount, you get like Beats with it or something like that. So maybe this is something they could do along with that.
That's a good idea. Do you guys think there's a product out there already that would conflict with this concept?
I just think the phone cases,
Mhm.
I mean, there's such a huge market of phone cases. There's so many different types that you can get. So I would just say it's a tough competition right now.
You guys?
I don't know too many of the products that you can buy that has a detachable wireless charger in it. So I think that would make your product kind of differentiate.
feel like people might be able to make like a homemade version of what you guys are trying to make. Mine is like the detachable charger part, because I know like you can get like the card open close thing, and then you can put a pop socket on the back, and then that card holder could also be a charger, but just wouldn't detach. But I don't know, just all the parts you could like make yourself and put together. But.
Yeah, I think you can definitely, because I know on Amazon you can get that wallet type phone case. So maybe if you don't want all the functions, like if you don't want a charging phone case, you can just get that, or you can just get a pop socket. But I think there's so many different types of phone cases that like obviously there's gonna be competition. But I don't know, I think that like Pat said, like it's nice to have the charger thrown into that, because that's like one way to differentiate for the better.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think with the detachable part, like that would differentiate like your product from other like maybe charging cases already on the market. And also like for me, like when I think of phone cases, I think of like some of the bigger brands like OtterBox or Spec or something like that. So just being able to differentiate from like OtterBox's thing, which is like it protects your phone, or like sometimes has the waterproof stuff, like just finding a way to really differentiate it, which might be like the detachable charger part, but really just like running with that.
All right, and where would you guys expect to buy a product like this?
Something like this, I would expect to see it on Amazon for
Right.
sure, and then tech stores, and like I said, AT&T stores or Apple stores.
I would expect it online as well, but I kind of want to get a feeling of how it feels like in my hand, so I would like to see it in person first.
Best Buy.
Yeah, either Amazon or Best Buy.
I think any like cell phone provider, so like AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, in all their stores, they should have the physical product.
And do you guys believe there's a need for this product's versatility, so like the ability to serve like the multi-functions and stuff like that? Do you guys think there's a need out there for that?
I think there's always a need for condensing functionality into one space. If you look at most of the innovative things today, it's just taking many different things and condensing it into one thing to make your life easier. So yeah.
Absolutely would agree with that, and the fact that technology is our main aspect of what we do nowadays, I feel like everything that is circled around technology upgrades will be beneficial.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Same.
Yeah, I think it'd be a very versatile product, just because you can have basically your whole wallet in it. You can prop it up like a TV and charge it at the same time, which are all the functions that maybe, I mean, for like a woman too, like it would eliminate the use for a purse. Like, so it'd be really convenient just to hold like the phone and have all those things already like in your hand.
Right. And are there any situations when this product would be inconvenient and a more traditional phone case would be desired?
Well, if you're giving it the ability to hold more personal items, I'm gonna ask a question relating to one of your first questions when you asked how often we lose our phone. Is there a functionality in this, like a tracker or something that you're gonna put in there? Because if so, if not, the only issue is if I'm holding more personal things in there, like me losing my phone, well, that's an issue for me.
We almost joked about putting in a GPS tracker in it, but if you think it would be useful, you never know.
Maybe like connect it with an Apple Watch or something, so
Right.
there's a tracker in the phone,
Yeah,
so
true.
you could find out where it's at with your watch. I don't know. Throwing out ideas.
Only issue I can think of is the bulky part in it,
Yeah.
so
If you think we made like a slim design and kept it kind of pretty slim, it would be.
that's why I'm saying I would like
Yeah.
to see it first of what it actually looks like, if it's out there.
Right,
And
right.
then I would decide, hey, is that something I'd like to keep in my
Mhm.
pockets, or is it something that is just too bulky?
Right.
I'd say like bulky, and again, like where I'm going and what I'm doing, because like I don't want all of my cards on my phone when I know like there's a good chance I could either get my phone stolen or lost or something like that. So I'd rather have my cards in something separate that wouldn't be as easy for someone just to quickly grab.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if it's bulkier, I'm not gonna wanna take it to like go work out, for example, because if I like don't have Bluetooth headphones and I have to plug it into my phone, I'm not gonna wanna carry around a heavy phone or like try to put it in my pocket if it's gonna like weigh me down.
I agree. I think like having all of this stuff, I mean, I think it's convenient, but I think it could be risky just like carrying, I mean, all your credit cards or all your like ID or whatever. And if you lose it, then you're kind of screwed because you lost your whole life basically.
Right. All right. So, what would you guys expect to pay for this type of product?
Well, with this phone case, I mean, if it has the charging capability, I mean, I know those cases can get expensive with this much functionality, probably $50 to $70.
I don't think I would use all of the, whatever it comes with, like, what is it called, the pinky thingy?
The pop
Pop socket. I wouldn't have a use for it, so I would only buy
you
it for
think
the
if-
detachable wireless
Right.
aspect.
So do you think if we made those like detachable? you
That'd be
could-
great.
you would-
Or like
yeah.
options.
Options,
Oh,
yeah,
options,
you can select the options for it, maybe.
So I think I paid for my portable charger something around $30.
Mm-hmm.
I would go far beyond that because
Mhm.
it's working, so why would I buy something much more expensive than
Okay.
that?
I'd say like 45 or less, cause like I feel like the POC socket's probably like, you can get it on Amazon for like $10, and then like the cases, I think the cases itself would be the most expensive part, cause I know like an OtterBox case is like $50 or something like that, so I feel like probably 45 or less, okay.
I think to get people to buy it, it should be around like $30 or $40. Cause like I don't think I would buy anything more than $30 or $40 on Amazon.
Yeah, I think, I mean, like with all that it can offer, maybe right around like $50 would be a good price for it, just because of all the things it includes.
Right. And then kind of growing on that, so would you guys tend to pay more for this phone case, like with the added features to it, than a traditional phone case? Kind of, I think you guys might have touched on that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I bought a new phone, I'd try and buy the best
Right.
that is offered for it
Mhm.
to protect it, especially with today, phones being $1,000 or more. If this phone case is also protective to the sense of like almost not indestructible, but
Mhm.
very durable, I mean, I'd pay good money for it.
I would also get it if I get a new phone. Right now, I would have no need for it with my old phone.
Right.
Yeah, it would only be if I got like a new phone, or if it was even like waterproof too, cause I know that's like a problem with my phone, it's not waterproof, so
Mhm.
get damaged that way.
In your line of work.
Yeah, I agree. I probably would only buy it if I was getting a new phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I would only consider buying it if I got a new phone, just because I always buy the same type of case.
Right. So, what type of consumer group would you guys suggest we market this product to?
I would say definitely younger crowds,
Mhm.
the people that are more trusting of carrying their cards with their phone, because I know older generations would be very skeptical towards this, but also people that are traveling a lot, so the bulkiness, slims it down.
Mm-hmm.
Students and business people, whoever travels a lot.
I'd probably say like the younger generation, because I feel like everything new, because they're more of a technological based like generation. So I feel like if you throw something new that's cool, like you obviously have to have like a fun slogan or something to it, but I feel like a lot of people would get it because it has the pop socket and the card holder, and maybe you can add like a light to the case because they have like a Lumi. I've never heard of those before, but like you can, I don't know, there's like other things that you could add to it to direct it towards, and people that travel too. But
I think people in college, like I think it would be really beneficial for people that go to bars so that they don't have to take a wallet with them. And I don't know, like if you're out,
still lose my stuff.
yeah, if you're out and your phone is like about to die, you can trust that it's gonna stay charged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely think students, like college students probably are a younger generation, people who don't carry cash, who only carry cards, but then also business travelers, because if you're out on the go all day, like going from meeting to meeting, having something in your hand that is already charging your phone, or say you're in a meeting and you need to show someone something on your phone, you can prop it up, and just having all that with you if you're going from different places as a business professional, that would be really convenient for that type of market.
Right, and kind of to end off, what would you call this product? What would the product name be?
One-stop phone case.
All right.
You want that? We'll come back to you.
Portobello.
Yeah, that's the pop-out thing, the mushroom.
Okay.
The thinky thing you mean, okay. All in one, I don't know.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I was gonna say something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Good ideas, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so we'll have Kyle.
So, are there any further questions? Any
Comments?
comments? Yeah, nothing? All right. Thank you for coming this afternoon. We appreciate your opinions and insights into your experiences, and have a good day.